Hi Cancer, welcome to your next major relationship of 2018-2019. For those of you who are just now tuning in, these are generalized readings, so not everything in the reading may pertain to you. I am available to answer any questions as well as to do private readings and can be reached at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. So the first card in the spread is the Justice card, and this touches on the type of individual that this person is. This person is extremely straightforward, to the point. They don't tolerate any crap. They speak in honor of the truth, in honor of what is best, in a higher sense, what is best for all. They're always thinking of others and in honor, again, of what's right. Now, the next card is the Page of Wands, and this touches on your first impression of this individual. This has to do with a feeling of admiration. Excuse me. This has to do with feeling, an intense physical connection. Also a feeling of, I've never quite had this reaction before. This will feel like a very young love, in a sense where it could feel like almost even a first love. The next card is the Fool card, which touches on how they will affect you. This poses the question that if you decide to move forward with this situation, that this will be a life-changing event, that life will not go back to what it was if you move forward with this individual, and you're not quite sure what that means. However, you're willing to jump into it. You're willing to move forward. Now, the next card is the Three of Wands, which touches on what type of relationship this will be. This talks about, or the energy that we're dealing with has to do with hard work, things finally coming together, and long-term goals, and seeing through those long-term goals. So it presents thinking long-term, okay? This isn't going to be a relationship where you're just going to go out a few times. No, this is going to be long-term, and it's putting what you've learned from past relationships, mistakes, what's worked, what hasn't, and moving forward together, and also learning with one another with the with the common goal of long-term. Now, the next card is the King of Swords, which touches on challenges. This individual does things, again, with the Justice card, a higher self. The King of Swords also, has that type of energy, speaking the truth. I wouldn't be surprised if this person, in their career was some sort of leader, some sort of boss, and, putting forth this energy towards their passion, but in a larger self, thinking outside themselves again. And I think that sometimes when you're with somebody who has this powerful energy, it could sometimes be difficult because you want this person's energy sometimes for yourself. Sometimes maybe you might want to be selfish with this type of energy when they have this type of energy for the greater good. They do it in the service of others. And it's really important for them to speak their truth. Let me know if that makes sense. The next card is the Lover's card, and this is what connects you. And I think that this is such an appropriate card for this dynamic because we have that twin flame, soulmate, intense type of energy. Okay? Now, what you need to learn to make this relationship work, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is reversed. That has to do with being protective, but doing so in a way that could be harmful, keeping things to yourself, not necessarily communicating. It also maybe touches on maybe an element of selfishness that we're dealing with in regards to this situation. We do have the Four of Wands, so I want you to remember that this situation, this dynamic between you two, is solid, and it's all about working towards that solid foundation, right? You're doing that work, the energy, things that you've learned, to put towards the energy of the Four of Wands to create that solid foundation. And this, the Four of Wands is also about, taking that next step, solid commitment. We also have the Two of Wands, being open to new ideas, being open to your partner's perspectives, and in return, this individual being open to your perspectives as well. So with that said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys.